Welcome back, y'all. We have notes 1.2. We're evaluating expressions. Okay, when you evaluate, you're really just using those PEMDAS skills, but another way we use it is replacing variables with given numbers, so numbers that are given to us, and using those order of operations. Okay. So level 1, we're going to evaluate functions. So functions is where we have like h of x or f of x or g of x. Those are probably the top 3 I see. But it could be any letter on the outside, usually not x or y, but it could. And then parentheses, the variable that you will be replacing on the inside. And not all the times will it be x, it's just the most popular one. So for example, we have h of x equals 2x squared minus 5, and it says find h of negative 1. So what that means is this negative 1 is going to replace both of these x's. The h out here, it's going to stay the same. So we are going to replace those x's. So we're going to have h of negative 1, and then 2, and then when we replace the x here, we're going to put it in a parentheses as well. We want to make sure we kind of keep whatever we replace in a parentheses. Okay, this piece we're not going to mess with anymore. We're going to kind of leave this alone from here on out. Okay, this is just formality and notation. All right, now what we're going to do is do some of those order of operations from the previous lesson. So we have this parentheses with an exponent, and we are going to actually deal with that exponent. So we have to do negative 1 squared, which is just a 1. And I'm going to keep it in the parentheses because it does have a lot of stuff going on around it. All right, now I'm going to do my 2 times 1. And that 2 times 1, that's what this parenthesis means, is a 2. And let me do that in that blue so it matches. And then we got minus 5. And finally, we have negative 3. So technically, this thing we can just bring down because we wouldn't have messed with it the whole time anyways. And we get h of negative 1 equals 3. So we actually did all of the math for it. Let's look at the next one. It's going to be a similar case that we have going on. Sorry, you're hearing all my pens shuffle in here. We have p of n equals 3n minus 3, and we're finding p of negative 5. So once again, the p, that ain't changing, but this n that was inside is now going to become a negative 5. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to even write those right away. Everything else stays. All right, nothing else changes. That 3, the minus 3, the p, the parentheses, the equal sign, nothing else changes. Okay, now I'm going to use my order of operations. So we have this is negative 15 minus 3, and then negative 15 minus 3 is negative 18. So that guy we aren't messing with because there's nothing to do over there. So just bring it down, and we get p of negative 5 equals negative 18. All right, next up we have evaluating expressions in class for 2025-2026 school year. Y'all liked this better. So we have r parentheses q plus r parentheses, and we're going to use r equals negative 4 and q equals negative 2. So that means everywhere there's r, we're going to replace with a negative 4. And everywhere there's a q, we're going to replace with a negative 2. Now, all the stuff that was there, keep. Okay? It's a lot of parentheses going on. So let's deal with this. We got this stuff inside of our big parentheses. So negative 2 plus 4 is negative 6. So we have negative 6 times negative 4. And now this is just multiplication, which is just a positive 24. And that's your final answer. If you want to throw some equal signs over here like this, that's fine. All right, number 4 here. Same thing, but this time we got 3 letters going on. So we got m equals -6, so I'm going to replace this m with a -6. We have, I'll use not the green because it's kind of light. N equals 6, so I'm going to replace this n with a 6. And then we got p equals 1, so I'm going to replace the p with a 1. Now, all the other symbols that are going on here, we're going to keep them. They aren't going anywhere, okay? All we did was change the letters. I got a big parentheses here, so I'm going to deal with that first. We got 1 minus 6, so this leaves us with -6 minus -5. Some of you guys talked about distributing. That's fine if you know what to do with that. Right, we got that -1 technically in front that we could distribute, so that would become +5 here. And again, totally fine. And then I simplify this further and I get -1. All right, so that's level 2. Let's move up to level 3. And it's expressions again, but they just got more hullabaloo going on. You like that word? That's a fun word. So we got 2 minus parentheses q squared minus p. P is going to be 2, so I'm going to put a 2 right here where that p is supposed to be. Q is going to become a 3, so I'm going to put a 3 right here where that q is going to be. Everything else, all symbols that were still in there, they did not change. So I got 2 minus, I got that big parentheses, I got that square on the where the q was. That's now a 3. I got that minus sign, and I still got that big parentheses. Order of operations, big parentheses first, and I deal with the exponent going on in here. So I'm going to have 2 minus 3 squared is 9 minus that 2. 9 minus that 2 is 7. And if you want to keep the parentheses, that's fine. And this ends up being -5 is your final answer. Okay, sorry if it keeps zooming in and out. I can't make it stay focused. I'm not cool enough, haven't figured that out. Last problem, J is 2. So this one's going to be kind of rough because it's a big stupid fraction that we got going on here. So I have to rewrite it down at the bottom. So I got that J I'm replacing, and I got the K I'm replacing, which is a -3. All other symbols and numbers remain. So that plus sign between the J and the K, the -2 after the K, the big stupid fraction, and the 3. So we talked about this yesterday, but we didn't get a chance to see it. And I'm even going to do my math, and we're going to go to the right this time instead of going downwards. So I got addition and subtraction, so I can just do all this stuff together. 2 plus -3 minus 2 is going to give us -3. This 3 at the bottom stays where it's at. Now, this means division, so -3 divided by 3 is -1. And that's your final answer. Okay? Sorry that the zoomy kept zooming in and out, but hopefully you were able to catch all of it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.